image. So that's all secondary stuff. So that will do it. I mean, so we can fix that, not an issue. So we need to do some configuration in cluster level. Okay. So for that, I'll share some steps. Okay. So how we can do that. So I didn't get time to go through the things. Okay. Today I'll go. I'll test. I will check and I will share with you guys. Okay. No need to worry. So in that case you can deploy any public images. Okay. So like you can use nginx or tomcat. Okay, you can use tomcat. Okay, you can deploy the tomcat, or you can use the sonar cube, any anything you can deploy and you can test it. Okay, so that you can do it instead of that particular image in the manifest file. You can see what I'm saying. Okay, so okay, I hope you can able to see my screen, right?
Yes,
ನಿಮ್ಗೆ
sir.
ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ
Yes,
ಇದೆ
sir.
ಅಲ್ವಾ?
Yes.
ಓಕೆ,
ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಸರ್.
ಫೈನ್. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಇಮೇಜ್ ರೀಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಸೊ ಇಮೇಜ್ ನ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ರೀಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ವಿತ್ ಸಮ್ ಎನಿ ಇಮೇಜಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ you can replace with this nginx. So you can use tomcat. Okay, so tomcat images, nginx images available, right? So nginx image is there. So you can use this in nginx image and you can deploy it. Okay, you can deploy instead of this, you can replace with this nginx. Okay, the entire thing you can replace with nginx. Tags you can use latest. Use this tag. What was the port number? Container port 80, ports 80, target port, anything you can mention. Okay, so let it be. You can keep on 80 itself. Okay, try to deploy this. This will work definitely. Okay, if you deploy this file with the help of Jenkins CI/CD, definitely this will work. Okay, clear with this. ಬೇರೆ ಏನೋ ಡೌಟ್ ಇದೆಯಾ? Any doubts?
No, sir. No doubt.
Okay, fine. Okay, so today, so we'll start Terraform. Okay, so anybody having idea on Terraform? What the Terraform will do? How this will work? Any idea on the Terraform? Okay, so I'll explain briefly. So Terraform is, we can call this as a IAC. Okay, infrastructure as a code tool. Okay, so So under ISC, there are two tools will come. Okay, one is Terraform and another one is Ansible. Okay, but majorly nowadays the people will use Ansible. Okay, so like in the AWS, what we have, right? So
Sure, but in Ansible we won't use, like, it is a configuration management tool, no sir.
configuration management tool. Okay, so under configuration management tool, so these it the Ansible will also called as the infrastructure tool. Okay, so infrastructure provisioning tool. Okay, so similarly, what we are doing with respect to Terraform, right? We can achieve same with the Ansible as well. So what we are doing like cloud infrastructure, cloud management, infrastructure management. Okay, so similar things we can do in the Ansible as well.
But
Okay,
in like we can't install virtual machines, no sir, by using Ansible. We
so
can do it.
here Terraform. So
in,
virtual machine installation means what
in a
exactly you
sense,
are.
it's an infrastructure, sir. Whole infrastructure I'm asking.
Yeah, we
So
can
like,
do it. See, so anything we can do it, right? Ansible. See, and so to create EC2 machine, we can use Ansible, right?
yes sir.
Okay. So with respect to see virtual machine creation, so that's one of the high level tasks that's we like. I hope no one has automated that part. Okay, so that includes many hardware and software configurations, right? So that's it's not. I mean, I'm not idea on how they have to how the automation will work with respect to so virtual machine creation, I mean creation is with respect to on premises servers. Okay, so otherwise, so we can create like with respect to cloud, we can easily manage it. Okay, we can easily create the virtual machines, we can easily manage the virtual machines, right? So with
Yes sir.
respect to cloud,
Okay sir,
correct.
got it. Yes sir.
So but here, so it's bit difficult. I mean, so it's very easy. I mean, difficult in the sense there in Ansible. So there are many steps. Some of the automation parts will take some risk. Okay, so that won't work properly as expected. I mean, that will work, but we need some additional configurations. Okay, so we need to interact with third-party things. Okay, so but here with respect to Terraform, so nothing required. So it's a very easy process, everything will get it. Okay, modules, we have many modules, we have so with the help of those modules we can easily configure. Okay, so anything we can do it. So this will support for multi cloud. Okay, so for any cloud we can will get the modules, so we can use those modules and we can interact the cloud, and then we can achieve what we want. Okay, so similarly in the Azure, so there are ARM templates are there. Okay, so ARM templates to manage. Okay, I'll show you some of the things. Okay, okay, see here modules. See, these are the some of the ARM templates. Okay, these we'll use for managing the Azure resources. Okay, Azure cloud resources. If you want to manage, uh, we'll use these ARM templates. Okay, this is with respect to Azure. Okay, similarly, what we have in AWS for managing AWS resources, there is one service, right? Which one?
Cloud formation.
Correct. So cloud formation we have. So with the cloud formation, so we can manage AWS resources, right? So we can create, delete, modify. Okay. So anything we can achieve with the help of cloud formation. Okay. Similarly, these ARM templates with respect to Azure. Okay. So those with respect to a particular cloud. Okay, Terraform, with the help of Terraform, we can manage both. Okay, so all the cloud platforms, so and also on-premises servers as well. Okay, complete infrastructure we can manage with respect to Terraform. Okay, in the automated way. So that is the beauty of Terraform. So that will be achieved by the Terraform. Okay, so we can call Terraform is as a infrastructure, as a code tool, IAC tool. So used to build and deploy the infrastructure in the automated way with respect to multiple clouds and on-premises servers. Okay. So if someone asks the definition, you can say this. Okay. So Terraform is the Terraform is the infrastructure as a code. So with the help of the code, so we can automate the infrastructure with respect to multiple clouds and on-premises servers. Okay, clear with this Terraform? Okay, we'll see. Okay, I'm going to terminate this instance. I don't want. So I'll be launching new one. I'll be choosing Ubuntu. Micro and then okay. So I'll be logging into the newly. We'll see how we can install Terraform. Okay, manual installation, Linux. Choose Linux. Only these steps you can follow it. Copied. Okay, this will be the steps to install the Terraform. Okay, now Terraform has been installed. So you can validate using this command. Okay, see, Terraform has been successfully installed here. Okay, so for your reference, okay, so this will be the link. Sorry, okay. So with this link, we can install the Terraform. Okay, very simple steps we can install anywhere. Okay, so one platform is required to manage the Terraform resources. Okay, any platform is enough. Okay, you can install on local. Okay, not a problem. Okay, you can install on any one of the machine. Okay, not at all problem. Okay, that but that should be man easily access to anyone. I mean, so who was trying to install, so that could be easily access to that person. Okay, okay, we can manage from anywhere. So now it's clear, right? What you mean by Terraform? So Terraform is the infrastructure as a code. So it's used to manage the resources, AWS cloud resources and virtual, I mean on-premises resources with the help of code. Okay, in the automated way. So that we call it as the Terraform. Okay, clear? Okay, so now, so as I said, so we can interact multiple clouds. Okay, Terraform IO. Okay, we can interact multiple clouds here. Okay, with the help of Terraform. You can see, so this is Terraform home page. Okay, so if you click on the registry, so there are many things will come into picture. Okay, Terraform providers, Terraform modules. Okay, policy. Okay, run tasks. Okay, for our use case, I mean for our requirements, so we will be going with the modules. Okay, so Terraform modules will be the things, so they provide the syntaxes with respect to the application and I mean with respect to the resources, how we can use, how we can manage. Okay, so providers in the sense, so here providers. Okay, Terraform providers in the sense, so who are all the providers? Okay, so what kind of the providers and then modules, right? So here you can see, so the clouds. Okay, what are all the clouds are there, which clouds, which platforms we can manage with respect to Terraform, those will comes under providers. Okay, like if you want to manage with the resources with respect to AWS, so then you can use AWS resources. Okay, with Azure, so then you can go with the Azure resources, I mean providers, Azure providers, GCP. Okay, Kubernetes, Alibaba, Oracle. Okay, AD. Okay, Archive. So see, these are the some of the cloud related stuffs. Okay, so you can see Google Beta is there, HashiCorp Cloud Platform, HashiCorp. Okay, Helm. Okay, so these are the some of kind of the packages with respect to Terraform available in the market. Okay, we can use these providers and then so we can manage. Okay, EKS blueprint add-on. Okay, so like this. Okay, HashiCorp Vault EKS add-on. Okay, EKS blueprints add-on. Okay, Helm release. Okay, like this. So with respect to providers, we'll get it. Okay, so you can see So this is one of the AWS. Okay, so Terraform AWS module and VPC. With respect to VPC, we have these are the modules. Okay, modules. VPC is module, S3 bucket is the module. Okay, EKS is the module, security group. Okay, like this, there are n number of the modules will be available. I mean, resources will be available. With respect to providers, we will choose and then we will use with respect to project. Okay, understand? You got it? ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
so simple ಆಗಿ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ಪ್ರಾವೈಡರ್ಸ್, ಸೊ ಪ್ಲಾಟ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್, ಓಕೆ, ಯಾವ ಪ್ಲಾಟ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ನಾವು ಆಪರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ವಿತ್ ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಟು ಟೆರಾಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್, ಐ ಮೀನ್ ನಾವು ಚೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬಹುದು. ಸೊ ಯಾವ ಪ್ಲಾಟ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಗೆ ಇದು ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ವಿತ್ ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಟು ಮಾಡ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಏನೇನಿದೆ ಆ ಪ್ಲಾಟ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ 91 ಪೇಜಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಎ ಡಬ್ಲ್ಯೂ ಎಸ್ ನೋಡೋಣ. ಓಕೆ, ಎ ಡಬ್ಲ್ಯೂ ಎಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಮಾಡ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತೋರಿಸ್ದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಪ್ರಾವೈಡರ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಆ ಮಾಡ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಇದು ಬಲ್ಕ್ ಆಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ಟು ಆಲ್ ದ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸ್ with respect to AWS, GCP, Azure, okay, for all the clouds, okay, we can get it here. Okay, it is with respect to Kubernetes. See, these are the Kubernetes related modules. Okay, Kubernetes. So we can use these. Okay, I'll show you with respect to AWS. Okay, so you can see here we have AWS resources. Okay, so let's say view all modules by provider. Okay, let it be. Okay, so with respect to VPC, okay, VPC is one of the module, right? So we can see with respect to VPC. So here with respect to module will be the VPC, right? So we need to see this will be the codes. Okay, so we'll get the templates here. Okay, so with respect to each and every module, so no need to worry about the code. Okay, here, so in the Terraform, for every each and every module we will get the code. Okay, we'll get the I mean, so they will provide the syntax itself. Okay, like this you can see. I'll be opening in GitHub. Okay, so with respect to GitHub, so here, so they provided the code itself. Okay, you can see main.tf. VPC. So for VPC, what all the things we required? You can see here AWS VPC. They are going to create the VPC. So what are the inputs required? CIDR block required, right?
Sir.
ಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ, CIDR block ಬೇಕು, IPv4 IPv4 ಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಅದು ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅದು ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಯಾವ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವೇರಿಯೇಬಲ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನ ಯಾವ ತರ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ನಾನು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ CIDR ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಪೂಲ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ, ಪೂಲ್ ಐಡಿ IPv4 ಐ ಐಪ್ಯಾಮ್ ಪೂಲ್ ಐಡಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಸೊ ಇದು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದನ್ನ ರಿಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ AWS ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನೋಡಿ ಕೌಂಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೌಂಟ್ ಇದೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೌಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ VPC ನಾವು ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, CIDR ಬ್ಲಾಕ್. ಓಕೆ, ಅಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಇದು ಬೇಡ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದನ್ನ ರಿಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. IPv6 ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ IPv6 ಅಸೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬೇಡ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ರಿಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಇನ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಟೆನೆನ್ಸಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಎನೇಬಲ್ DNS ಹೋಸ್ಟ್ ನೇಮ್, DNS ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್, VPC ಟ್ಯಾಗ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ಲಿ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಷನ್, CIDR ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಷನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ VPC ಐಡಿಗೆ ಒಂದು CIDR ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ DHCP. ಓಕೆ, ನಮ್ಗೆ ಏನ್ ಬೇಕೋ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬಹುದು ವಿತ್ ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಟು EC2, ಐ ಮೀನ್ this one VPC. Okay, so here we can see subnets. So subnets we are going to create, right? So public subnet we are going to create. So in this public subnets, what are the things will come into picture, what you required, so you need to provide. Okay, so IPv6, so creation, like if you want to assign IPv6 for the public resources, you can assign it here. Availability zone, if you want to add it, you can add it. Okay, zone ID, you need to provide it. CIDR block, okay, DNS, like this. Okay, so see now, so here the subnet has been completed. Now root tables, okay, root tables will come into picture. So here, what are the root, how we, what are the things you required for creating the root tables, those you can use it. So other stuffs you can ignore it. Okay, similarly root table association, so ಇಲ್ಲಿ root table create ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ so next ಅದನ್ನ associate ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ, so ಅದನ್ನ associate ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. Okay, so next AWS root and then AWS internet gateway IGW. So IGW ಮತ್ತೆ AWS root. Okay, so root table ID, so CIDR block, okay, gateway ID, so ಅದನ್ನ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ IGW ನ ರೂಟ್ ಟೇಬಲ್ಗೆ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ನೀವೇನ್ VPC ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ಯುಯಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀರಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನೇನೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವಿತ್ ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಟು ಕೋಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ. ಓಕೆ, ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್, ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ?
Yes, sir.
ಓಕೆ, ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸಿ ವಿತ್ ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಟು ಸೊ ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಸಬ್ನೆಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಸಬ್ನೆಟ್ ಬೇಕು ನಮ್ಗೆ, ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಸಬ್ನೆಟ್ ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸೊ ಇದಿಷ್ಟನ್ನೇ ತಗೊಳ್ತೀರಾ ನೀವು. ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನ್ ಬೇಕು, ಸೊ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನೇನ್ ಬೇಕು, ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ IPv4 ಇದೆ, IPv6 ಇದೆ, ಸೊ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾವ್ದು ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಚೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀರಾ. ಚೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಸೊ ನೀವು ಅದನ್ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ. ಓಕೆ, ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್,
Yes, sir.
ಫೈನ್. ಸೊ ಒನ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್, ಒನ್ ಥಿಂಗ್, ಸೊ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಇದೆಯಾ ಆಡಿಯೋ ನನ್ನದು ಇವತ್ತು?
Clear ಇದೆ sir.
ಓಕೆ,
Yes,
ಫೈನ್
sir.
Yes, sir.
ಫೈನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಸೊ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ನೋಡೋಣ, ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ನೋಡೋಣ. ಸೊ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಓವರ್ವ್ಯೂ ನಾನು ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಈ ತರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು. ಸಿ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಮಾಡ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ಗೂ ಟೆಂಪ್ಲೇಟ್ ಇದೆ, ಸೊ ನೋ ನೀಡ್ ಟು ವರಿ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದೋಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಈಚ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಮಾಡ್ಯೂಲ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ದ ಟೆಂಪ್ಲೇಟ್ಸ್. ಸಿ, ಸೊ ನಾವು ವಿ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡರ್ ಪ್ರಾವೈಡರ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಪ್ರಾವೈಡರ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾವ ಪ್ರಾವೈಡರ್ ಬೇಕೋ ಅದನ್ನ ಚೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ನೀವು ನೋಡ್ಬೋದು. ಮಾಡ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್, ಓಕೆ, ಮಾಡ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಓಕೆ, IAM ಫಿಲ್ಟರ್ ಹಾಕ್ತೀನಿ ನೋಡಿ, ಪ್ರಾವೈಡರ್ಸ್ ಫಿಲ್ಟರ್ಸ್, ನಾನು AWS ಚೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಓಕೆ, IAM, VPC, S3 ಬಕೆಟ್, ಸಿ S3 ಬಕೆಟ್, ಸೊ main.tf. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಸಿ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ S3 ಬಕೆಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸೊ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಷನ್ ಇಂದ ಹಿಡಿದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ S3 ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಸೊ ಎಲ್ಲಾದನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾನೆ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ. ಈಚ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾನೆ, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾವ್ದು ಬೇಕೋ ಅದನ್ನ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸಿ ಇಷ್ಟು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಕೋಡ್ ಇದೆ, ಇಷ್ಟು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಕೋಡ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಭಯ ಪಡೋದೇನು ಬೇಡ. ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾವ್ದು ಬೇಕೋ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಅಷ್ಟನ್ನೇ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು, ಪಿಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್. ಸಿ,
Yes, sir.
ಸೊ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ S3 ಬಕೆಟ್ ಇದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಬಕೆಟ್ ನೇಮು, ಬಕೆಟ್ ಪ್ರಿಫಿಕ್ಸು, ಓಕೆ, ಡೆಸ್ಟ್ರಾಯ್, force destroy, var force destroy, object lock enabled, okay, var tags. What this will do, ಇದೇನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಜಸ್ಟ್ ನಿನ್ಗೆ S3 ಬಕೆಟ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಸಾಕು, ಇಷ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ನಾನು S3 ಬಕೆಟ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡ್ಬೋದು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ದ ಫರ್ದರ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, S3 ಬಕೆಟ್ ಲಾಗಿಂಗ್, ಓಕೆ, ಯಾವ ತರ ಲಾಗಿನ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು S3 ಬಕೆಟ್ಗೆ, ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಈ ಈ ಪೇಜ್ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಈ ಕೋಡ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು S3 ಬಕೆಟ್ ಲಾಗಿನ್ ಆಗೋದು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಸಮ್ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಏನೇನ್ ಬೇಕು. ಸೊ S3 ಬಕೆಟ್ ವೆಬ್ಸೈಟ್ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಗರೇಷನ್, ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಎರರ್ ಡಾಕ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್, ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಅದು S3 ಬಕೆಟ್ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಗರೇಷನ್, ವಾಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ವೆಬ್ಸೈಟ್ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಗರೇಷನ್, ವೆಬ್ಸೈಟ್ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಗರೇಷನ್ ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಬಕೆಟ್ ವರ್ಷನಿಂಗ್, ಓಕೆ, ಬಕೆಟ್ ವರ್ಷನಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದಿದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸರ್ವರ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಎನ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಷನ್ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಗರೇಷನ್, ಓಕೆ, ಈ ತರ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಒಂದೊಂದು ರಿಸೋರ್ಸಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಆ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸಸ್ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೋದು ನಾವು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾವ್ದು ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ದಟ್ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಕಾಪಿ ದೀಸ್ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸಸ್, ಸೊ ಅಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ವಿಲ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಇಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ಮತ್ತೆ ಯಾವ್ದು ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ ಹೇಳಿ, ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಹೇಳಿ. VPC, S3 bucket, EKS, security groups, Lambda, KMS, RDS. Okay, so now ALB, EC2 instances. Okay, you can see EC2 instance. Okay, so now we can see main.tf is the file. Okay, so here you can see AWS instance. This will be for creating the AWS instance. Okay, so ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ AMI ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ, ಯಾವ AMI ಅಂದ್ರೆ ID ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಆ ID ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಅಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ CPUs ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಈ ತರ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಅವೈಲಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಝೋನ್, ಸಬ್ನೆಟ್, ಸೆಕ್ಯೂರಿಟಿ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ಸ್, ಕೀ ನೇಮು, ಓಕೆ, ಮಾನಿಟರಿಂಗು, ಪಾಸ್ವರ್ಡ್, ಓಕೆ, ಈ ತರ ತುಂಬಾ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾವ್ದು ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾವು ಚೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಾವು ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ?
Yes, sir.
ಫೈನ್. ಸೊ ನಮ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ಸ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೂ ನೀಟಾಗಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ providers, modules. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಪ್ರೊವೈಡರ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ AWS, Azure, GCP, etc. Okay, modules with respect to we will choose. Okay, with respect to cloud, so we will choose the things. Okay, clear with this. Now, ಸೊ ಈಗ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಟೆರಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕು, ಸೊ ಅದು ಯಾವ ತರ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಟೆರಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಪ್ರೊವೈಡರ್ಸ್, ಸಾರಿ ಗೈಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಟೆರಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಪ್ರೊವೈಡರ್ಸ್, ಟೆರಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಓಕೆ,
Yes, sir.
ಫೈನ್. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಟೆರಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಲೇಷನ್ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಯಾವ ತರ ಟೆರಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಟೆರಫಾರ್ಮ್ okay, so terraform init. Okay, this is the first command we need to execute with respect to terraform. Okay, so anywhere, okay, anywhere you can execute this command. Okay, terraform init, so that folder, that directory will considered as the terraform directory. There you can perform the terraform operation ls -la. Okay, so once we executed that command, okay, so this terraform init command, so like git init what we are doing, right? So what will happen when we perform the git init command? What will happen?
It will initiate.
It
Initiate.
what
I
what
mean, we can
what will
clone,
get
we can push,
initiated? Sorry.
we can clone, push, and all
Yes.
these commands we
So to
can execute.
perform the git operation, so it will be making that particular folder has, so git folder, right? So it will be adding the git related basics things will get added to the folder. Okay. So we can perform the remote operation, git remote operations with that directory, right? So similarly with the terraform init, so it will be considered the it will be considered as the particular directory will be the terraform directory, and then we can perform the operations from that directory itself. Okay, clear with this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I'll be back in 2 minutes. In Terraform, okay, so I'll explain further things. Okay, so first what we can do, we'll create one directory. Terraform. Okay, so what I will do, I'll be creating so one directory here. So with respect to EC2, okay, mkdir. So EC2, I'll be creating one directory. I'll be going inside that particular directory. So before that, okay, so if I want to enable, okay, so let's see. Okay, I will go inside this directory. Okay, nothing is sorry guys, it's disconnected. Okay, so fine. So what we can do,
Sir,
Sir,
screen is not visible.
no, no.
okay, okay, Terraform providers are there, right? So with respect to AWS provide, how we can configure AWS providers. Okay, so we need to configure it, right? Okay, so if you configure, then only this will work. Otherwise, it won't understand, right? Okay, so for that we need to create so one file. Okay, So for that we need to create one file with respect to providers. Okay, like this. Modules, AWS modules. What happened here? Nothing is there. Okay, here. Okay, so here we have it. IAM account. Okay, so these four files are there, right? Okay, so these four files are very important with respect to Terraform. Okay, so versions.tft, sorry, versions versions will indicate which versions of files will be used in the particular operations. Okay, particular stuffs what we can use. See, we will use Terraform version, so required version 1 dot above 1 dot, like that. But like HashiCorp version will be, current version will be HashiCorp slash AWS 4. Okay, so that, so these will be the versioning. This is mandatory to use in the all the files, all the operations. These are mandatory. Okay, so we need to use these mandatory things. Okay, so this will be the very important file. So this will be the common for all the files. Okay, we can use this in our main.tf file, or we can use in separate file. Okay, okay, and then main.tf file, main.tf file, what this will do. Okay, this will be the main file. Okay, main file for any operations. Okay, so any kind of the operations what we are going to perform with respect to the resources. Okay, with respect to the cloud, this will be the very important file, main.tf, that contains all the things. Okay, all the information will be provided, all the rules, all the settings, everything will be available here in the main.tf file. Okay, so and then output.tf. So output.tf file. So when we declare, so at the time of creation, you can see here. So here main like here in the main.tf file, if we declare any output variables, okay, so output variables, those we can see here. So here, okay, so resources count. So we are not declared any output variables. Okay, so output variables we are not declared here. So I will show that demo. Okay, no need to worry. So those information will be available in this file. Okay, output.tf file. Okay, so variables. One more will be variables.tf file. Variables.tf file is the is used to declare the variables. Okay, so you can see here. So get count alias. Okay, with this with respect to IAM. Okay, name, these will be the names. Okay, this will be the type, values. Okay, so that will be indicated here. Description. Okay, description, type, default. Okay, default will be the, see, get color identity. Okay, here they used get color identity. No, they are not used. Var max password is, okay, max password is they use, right? We can see here max password is. Okay, so this will be the parameter. Description they provided. So the number of days that an user password is valid. Okay, so for that reason they using this parameter variable. Okay, so number, okay, you can defaultly it's 0. You can provide, okay, as per your requirements you can modify it, and uh, you can provide the values. Okay, similarly, so here account alias they provided, right? So before that, var get call caller identity, get caller identity, right? So here they used get caller identity. Okay. So why they used whether to get AWS account ID, user ID, and ARN in which Terraform is authorized. Okay. So they used to get the account details. Okay, for that reason they are using this color identity parameter variable. Okay, it's a boolean. Okay, yes or no, right? So if you provided true, then it will be get it. Okay, if you provided false, then it will be ignored. Okay, similarly, so account alias, account alias they used here. AWS IAM account alias for the for this account. Okay, string. So you know about the string, right? String and the boolean. Boolean yes or no. String in the sense word. Okay, you can provide the name. Okay, so see here, create account password policy. Account password policy. Account password policy. Whether to create an AWS IAM account password policy. Yes or no. Right? Like this, mm, they will use the variables. Okay, so this will be the name. Okay, create account password policy will be the name. Okay, so I mean variable name. So in this format we will provide the syntax. Okay, under this variables.tf file, so that we can use like this. Okay, var create account password policy. Okay, clear with this?
Sir,
ಇದು ನಾಲ್ಕು ಫೈಲ್ ಏನು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು ಅಲ್ವಾ? So main.tf will be the main file, so that contains all the information with respect to the configuration. Okay, output.tf, if there are any output parameters declared, output output in the sense, let's see. So one example I will be providing. So when we are creating the EC2 machine, what will be the output? What will be the output product? So EC2 machine will created, right? That will be the one of the output. So how we can identify the output product? With the help of public IP, private IP, there are many things, right? So with the help of those, so you are going to identify uh, the account. I mean the EC2 machine has been created. Okay, so I can say, so with the help of public IP, so I can say the AWS EC2 machine has been created, right? So the output product will be the AWS, the IP, public IP will be the output product. Okay, for that, to get that output product, so those information will be declared here. Okay, you can see Terraform modules, right? AWS IAM, AWS IAM, AWS modules. Okay, here I can search EC2. EC2 instance. Okay, so you can see output outputs.tf, the ID of the instance. Okay, description. They provided value, AWS, from where it will be getting. Okay, so that information will be provided. Okay, ARN will be the one of the output. ARN, you know, right? What do you mean by ARN? Anybody? What do you mean by ARN?
Amazon
only
resource.
resource name.
Correct ಅಲ್ವಾ? So ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ತಗೊಳ್ಬಹುದು. Okay, so see capacity reservation specification. Okay, reservation specification of instance. Okay, that also we can get it. Okay, the state of the instance, that is also important, right? That is also one of the output. Okay, instance state. Okay, so in this way, password data. Okay, so outputs we can collect from the output.tf file. Okay, clear with this? In this way we can use these four files with respect to Terraform. Okay, main, outputs, variables, versions. versions is the mandatory one. Okay, so you need to use this in all the, it's very very important. Without this we can't operate, we can't perform anything. Okay, minute. Okay, so this will be very important one. So we can see, so vi providers, right? I can use versions.tf. Copied. Okay, in this way, this is mandatory one. Okay, without this we can't perform any operations. Okay, so and then, so we have AWS. I mean, we need to configure, right? We need to configure the providers. So with respect to providers, we need to configure, right? So here we provided. So one minute will be. So this will be the version with respect to Terraform in the particular machine. I mean particular resource. Okay, for account level, this will be the public. Here we can provide the, okay. So like this, main dot file. I'll be writing insert. So providers, and then what will be the provider. So whether, okay. So we need to provide this information. Okay. So version. Wait, I will copy the syntax. required providers reason. This will be, here syntax is very important. Okay, if you miss one syntax, then it will be uh, performing in different way. Okay, us e2 provide anything. Okay, so the reason I can provide it to, and then okay, access key I have, can provide the access key. This we can provide in the main.tf file, or we can configure globally. Okay, so ls in the main.tf itself we can configure it. Okay, so if you want to apply this Terraform in it, we need to perform. So it, see, it will be initializing, main.tf file is there. Okay, Terraform has successfully initiated. Now what we need to do, Terraform. So once we're done with the this thing, so we need to do Terraform plan. Okay, Terraform plan we need to do. So Terraform init, Terraform plan. So here there is no plan. Okay, no plan has been uh, because so in the Terraform main.tf file, so there is no plans are there, right? So here, so nothing we are planning, nothing we configure. Just we just provide the provider details. Okay, so in the main.tf file we can provide the provider details. Okay, clear, clear with this. So we can also provide, so in the providers file as well. Okay, in the providers files we can't do it. So for authentication purpose we can do the aws configure as well. So with the help of aws configure, so here it's not installed, right? Aws cli. See, so let's see, I have main.tf file, right? This is my main.tf file. Okay, so here in the main.tf file you can see I provide my access key and secret key. Okay, then that will be very harmful, right? So every, like anyone can use this. Okay, so this in this way also we can provide it. Okay, so I mean, so in this way, in we can provide the credentials and the provider details. Okay, this will be very harmful. Okay, this will be security related stuff we are crossing, right? So this is not the best way in the organization. So what we can do, instead of providing the access key and secret key in this way, we can do the AWS configure. Okay, what this will do? So this will ask for the access key, secret key, and then reason. Okay, done. Okay, so this will be the things. In this way, we can also configure the providers. Okay, this will be identified and it will be available for any operation. Okay, clear with this. So in this way, we can provide the providers. Okay, so if comes to here, so Terraform providers we learned, modules we learned. So and then Terraform init, Terraform plan, Terraform apply. Okay, Terraform plan, Terraform init, Terraform apply. Okay, Terraform destroy. Okay, these four commands are very important. Okay, so these four commands are very important for Terraform operations. So as we seen, Terraform init will initialize and then it will be considered the particular, I mean initialize the resources, I mean with the required versions and all with the particular workspace, particular folder. Okay, Terraform plan, this will validate the configuration and then it will results. Okay, plan apply will apply the resources with the as per the plan. Okay, destroy, if you want to delete the created resources, so we can use the destroy. Okay, so these are the four things we learned. Apart from this, we learned main.tf, main.tf file structure. Okay, main.tf, so output.tf variables.tf. Okay, and then versions.tf, versions.tf. Okay, these are the four major file structure we can see with respect to Terraform. Okay, versions, variables. Okay, so clear, right? main.tf ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು, output.tf ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಏನಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು, ವೇರಿಯೇಬಲ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ, ವರ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಟೆರಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಮಿನಿಟ್, ಸೊ ಯು ಲರ್ನ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಟೆರಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಮಿನಿಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ಟೆರಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಪ್ಲಾನ್, Terraform apply, Terraform destroy. These are the four major commands. Okay, init. So this will initialize the folder and then it will initialize the uh, resources required for the particular operations. Okay, with respect to version, what we are mentioning, right? Those will be initialized. You can see further. We done Terraform init here, right? When you perform the Terraform init operations, initializing the backend, initializing providers plugins, okay, finding the latest versions of Ashik AWS, okay, installing Ashik AWS versions, okay, installed Ashik, okay. So these versions will get installed because of, so we mentioned we mentioned this main.tf file. So that contains sorry that contains the reason and the providers as well. Okay, so now we can see I'll be moving to different directory. Okay, here I will perform Terraform init. What happened? Terraform initialization is an empty directory. Okay, it's not allowing, right? So based on the providers, based on the versions we provided, so those will get installed. Okay, with the help of Terraform init. Okay, Terraform plan. Okay, what that will do? So Terraform plan, it, that will initiate the planning. This will validate the syntax we proposed, the resources which they provided, so those are available, so those are valid syntax they used. Okay, all the things will be validated in the plan. Okay, so once we done with the plan, we will perform the Terraform apply. Apply will help to create the resources which we planned. I mean, so what we are mentioning in the main.tf, right? So those will be executed with the help of Terraform apply. Okay, so I mean, so those all the things will get created here. Okay, destroy will remove the resource created. Okay, clear with these?
Yes, sir.
So apart from that, there are few commands are there. I'll share those info. Okay, so okay, so required a few 3 to 4 classes. Okay, so we'll see the demos, we'll see the demos, and then there are few other concepts are there. So those also I will show you how we can do that, and then I will show one examples with respect to a project level. Okay, so how we can from end to end. So I will show you how we can use those things. So for how the application, so how we can create the resources, how we can deploy the application with respect to Terraform, that also I will be showing to you guys. Okay,
Okay, sir.
okay, so for now these are the basic things. Okay, so we'll close for today, so we'll continue tomorrow and then we'll learn more on the more things. Okay,
Yes, sir.
okay, fine. So go through the basics. Okay, install the Terraform and go through the basics. So we'll continue tomorrow.
Sir, one doubt, sir.
Hmm.
So in my the main dot TF file is there, no, sir. So
Mhm.
we can provide the irrespective of regions also.
Reasons, yes, we can
Regions,
provide it. We can provide it.
multiples, right?
Multiple reasons.
Okay, sir.
Hmm.
Thank you.
We can provide any reasons.
Okay, sir.
Okay. HashiCorp. So HashiCorp, the Terraform will be developed with the HashiCorp language. Okay, fine. Okay, so we'll continue tomorrow. We'll see some of the demos, and then so there are a few other concepts are there. So we'll see tomorrow. Okay,
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.